In the vastness of space, amidst countless stars, there's one that stands out for us on Earth, the Sun. It's a gigantic glowing ball of fire that lights up our days, warms our planet, and powers life itself. But beyond its warm and friendly glow, the Sun is a fascinating powerhouse full of secrets and surprising facts. About 4.6 billion years ago, before Earth even existed, a massive cloud of gas and dust floated through space. Gravity, always hungry for more, began pulling this cloud together. As the gas clumped together, it grew hotter and denser until, boom, a star was born. That star was our Sun, and it shone for the first time, marking the beginning of our solar system. But the Sun wasn't alone. Surrounding it were chunks of rock and ice that would eventually come together to form the planets, moons, asteroids, and comets we know today. The Sun was, and still is, the king of this cosmic family, holding everything together with its immense gravity. The Sun is big, really big. It's so large that about 1.3 million Earths could fit inside it. If you could drive a car at 100 kilometers per hour, about 60 miles per hour, it would take more than 170 years to circle the Sun's circumference once. Despite its size, the Sun is just an average star in terms of mass and brightness. In the grand scheme of the universe, it's considered a yellow dwarf, a pretty ordinary star compared to giants like Betelgeuse, which is so large it could fit over 1 billion suns inside it. At the Sun's core, things get extreme. Temperatures soar to around 15 million degrees Celsius, 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. It's so hot that atoms of hydrogen are smashed together to form helium in a process called nuclear fusion. This fusion releases a colossal amount of energy which eventually makes its way to the Sun's surface and out into space as light and heat. But this energy doesn't travel quickly. It takes thousands, even millions of years for energy from the core to reach the surface. Once it escapes, it only takes about 8 minutes to travel the 150 million kilometers, 93 million miles to Earth. Chapter 4. A life giver. The energy that reaches Earth from the Sun is essential for life. Without it, our planet would be a frozen, lifeless rock. The Sun's rays power the process of photosynthesis in plants, which produces the oxygen we breathe and the food we eat. In a way, the Sun feeds us every day. Sunlight also drives our weather. The uneven heating of the Earth's surface causes wind, ocean currents, and weather patterns. The Sun's energy even powers the water cycle, making rain, rivers, and ultimately drinking water possible. Chapter 5. A stormy star. The Sun isn't just a calm, steady ball of light, it's a dynamic and sometimes violent place. One of its most exciting features is the sunspot. These are cooler, darker areas on the Sun's surface caused by intense magnetic activity. Sunspots can be enormous, some as large as the Earth. Sometimes the Sun's magnetic energy builds up so much that it suddenly releases in a burst called a solar flare. These flares send waves of radiation and charged particles out into space. When they hit Earth, they can cause beautiful auroras near the poles, but they can also disrupt satellites, communications, and even power grids. Even more powerful are coronal mass ejections, or CMEs, massive bursts of solar wind and magnetic fields rising above the solar corona and releasing into space. When a CME hits Earth, it can trigger geomagnetic storms, which can cause widespread electrical disruptions. Chapter 6. The Sun's Colorful Dance. Have you ever wondered why the Sun looks yellow? In reality, the Sun is white, and it shines with all the colors of the rainbow mixed together. However, our atmosphere scatters the blue and violet light, leaving mostly the red, orange, and yellow wavelengths, which makes the Sun appear yellow to us on the ground. During sunrise and sunset, the Sun often appears red or orange. This happens because the Sun's light has to travel through more of the Earth's atmosphere at these times, scattering even more of the shorter blue wavelengths and leaving behind the longer red and orange hues. Chapter 7. Solar Eclipses, a Cosmic Coincidence. One of the most spectacular events involving the Sun is a solar eclipse. This occurs when the Moon passes directly between the Earth and the Sun, blocking out the Sun's light. For a few brief moments, day turns to night, and the stars come out. What's amazing is that solar eclipses are possible because of a cosmic coincidence. The Sun is about 400 times wider than the Moon, but it's also about 400 times farther away. This makes the Sun and the Moon appear almost the same size in our sky, allowing the Moon to perfectly cover the Sun during an eclipse. Chapter 8. The Sun's Fading Glow. Our Sun isn't immortal. Like all stars, it has a life cycle. Currently, the Sun is in its main sequence phase, where it's been for about 4.6 billion years. But in another 5 billion years or so, it will start to run out of hydrogen fuel in its core. When that happens, the Sun will swell into a red giant, becoming so large that it will engulf the inner planets, possibly including Earth. After shedding its outer layers, the Sun will leave behind a dense core called a white dwarf, which will slowly cool and fade over billions of years. The Sun, once the brilliant center of our solar system, will eventually become a faint, cool remnant of its former self. Chapter 9. The Sun in Human History. The Sun has always been a central figure in human culture. Ancient civilizations worshipped it as a god, recognizing its vital role in providing light, warmth, and life. The Egyptians revered the sun god Ra, while the Aztecs honored Huitzilopochtli, their sun deity, with elaborate rituals. Even today, the sun plays a significant role in our daily lives. We set our clocks by its rise and fall, plan our days around its presence, and even adjust our moods to its brightness. The sun has also inspired countless artists, poets, and scientists, fueling a deep human curiosity about the universe. Chapter 10. The Sun's Twin Mystery. While the Sun seems unique to us, some scientists believe it might have a long-lost twin. This idea comes from observations that many stars form in pairs. Some theories suggest that the Sun may have once had a companion star, possibly a dim red dwarf that drifted away long ago. This hypothetical twin is sometimes called nemesis, though there's no direct evidence that it exists. Whether or not the Sun had a twin, it's clear that our star has a complex and mysterious history, shaped by forces we're only beginning to understand. Chapter 11. Solar Energy, the Power of the Future. As concerns about climate change grow, scientists and engineers are looking for ways to harness the sun's power more effectively. Solar energy is one of the cleanest and most abundant energy sources available, and it's becoming increasingly affordable. Solar panels, which convert sunlight directly into electricity, are popping up on rooftops around the world. Solar farms, consisting of thousands of panels, are being built in deserts and other sunny places. Some futuristic ideas even propose capturing solar energy in space and beaming it back to Earth. The potential of solar energy is enormous. In just 1 hour, the sun provides more energy to Earth than all of humanity uses in a year. If we can tap into even a fraction of that energy, we could power our world in a clean and sustainable way. Chapter 12. The Sun and Beyond. The Sun will continue to be a source of wonder and discovery for generations to come. Scientists study it to understand more about how stars work and how they affect the planets around them. Space missions like NASA's Parker Solar Probe are getting closer to the Sun than ever before, gathering data that could unlock some of the Sun's deepest secrets. At the same time, the Sun's story reminds us of our place in the universe. We live on a tiny planet orbiting a typical star in a galaxy full of billions of other stars. Yet despite its ordinariness, the Sun is our star, the one that makes life on Earth possible. Epilogue: The Eternal Flame. The Sun will continue to shine for billions of years, lighting up our days and fueling life on Earth. Its story is far from over, and as we continue to explore space and learn more about the universe, the Sun will remain a constant companion, a reminder of the incredible forces that shape our world. In the end, the Sun is more than just a ball of fire in the sky. It's a symbol of life, energy, and the endless possibilities that await us in the vastness of space. So, the next time you feel the warmth of the sun on your face, remember you're feeling the energy of a star that's been burning bright for billions of years, and will continue to do so long after we're gone. The Sun's story is one of power, mystery, and wonder, a story that continues to unfold every day just above our heads.